What's up, guys? I am here with a Thanksgiving vlog for you guys. I'm gonna be showing you a little bit of what I'm cooking for Thanksgiving. I had a little help, I'm not gonna lie, with preparing since last night for today, but today I'll be doing the full thing. So anyway, already here I had this marinated. I have this is a whole chicken. I don't know if you can see it. So this is ready for the oven. It's already been seasoned, cleaned, all of that, well marinated in a bag, sitting full of juices to go in the oven. So that's ready. And then over here we got some curry goat. Right. If you're Caribbean, you know what's up. Then I have my potatoes here that I have to wash. For potato salad, I'm doing lasagna. As you can see, the ricotta's out. And then I'm doing some jerk wings. Again, Caribbean things. So anyway, let me get this in the oven and get out all my other ingredients. And then I will be back. Bye. Okay, and alright, so the chicken has went in the oven. I got my water getting ready to boil. I'm gonna wash my potatoes to put them in there to get that boiling. You have the choice of, I had started to peel the skin off, or you could just wash this really good and just put it to a boil, and then it will kind of have the skin coming off when you're done. Keep in mind that Mason is in the background, so if you hear him, he might even pop in here and there, but you know how it goes. If you're a mom, you know. Don't forget, guys, to like, comment, and subscribe to CNT's channel to get notified when we post a video. Hit the bell button because we have so much content coming for you guys. And if you like this particular whole cooking in the kitchen vibe, comment down below and let me know so that I can do this more. Alright guys, so I put a little too much water in because as you add the potatoes, the water obviously comes up, so you don't want it to be boiling over and making your stove a mess. So I am taking out some water so I can add my last two potatoes in. I have a total of 6 potatoes. We are cooking a lot, but not too much because it's really just the 3 of us, and Mason doesn't really even eat half of this stuff. So we usually go to one of our family members' house. I might go by my sister. Troy might go by his mom, or we might go somewhere together. But for since last Thanksgiving and this one, we decided we're gonna start cooking at home. Just for the 3 of us, it makes it easier. No, we don't have to drive nowhere, less headache. So we like it this way, so we do it this way. Last year we were both in the kitchen, and like I said, Troy did help season and clean the meat and all of that, or whatever the case is. And don't get it twisted, my baby throws down in the kitchen like daily, okay? If y'all want to see what he got going on in the kitchen, y'all need to comment down below so he could do his own thing, because he does his thing. Don't get it fucked up. But you know, I'm doing Thanksgiving this year as a treat, even though it's a lot. So now I'm gonna start prepping. While this is boiling, it's gonna take a little time. And don't forget to start, not now, but stab your potatoes every now and again just to see, because you want it to be cooked all the way through. You don't want to think it's cooked on the outer part of the potato and then inside it's all raw. Like, nobody wants to eat that. So I'm gonna actually start like by ground beef for my spaghetti. I said my spaghetti, my bad guys, for my lasagna. I'm gonna start my ground beef for my lasagna. Lasagna doesn't take too long. If you made it before, you know. I think I'm gonna give you guys a step-by-step process of lasagna just in case you want to make it yourself. You could follow my recipe, because like that's my specialty. My lasagna is bomb. You'll see. So that's it for now. Let me get my things out and then we'll be back. Bye. Alright, so I got my ground beef out. I have sharp cheddar, mozzarella, ricotta. Everybody's not a fan of ricotta. You don't have to use ricotta. I use ricotta because I feel like it holds everything together. I'm not going to use that much because Troy doesn't love ricotta. He's not a fan of it. So I'm going to be real light on the ricotta. Green and red peppers. You should dice these really small when you are making lasagna. It's different if you're making spaghetti and ground beef, but for lasagna you want them really small. So I'm gonna get to doing that. I'm not gonna show you guys me cutting this because it's a little time consuming. And I don't think you need to see me cut peppers. And then I use Prego when I'm making lasagna. So this is the thing, if I'm making spaghetti and ground beef, I don't use Prego sauce. I use ragu sauce. If I'm doing lasagna, I use Prego sauce. It's a difference. I couldn't even really tell y'all what it is. It's just I could tell the difference, and I guess I could taste the difference. I guess ragu maybe being mixed with ricotta and all that stuff is just not hitting for me. This is better. This is what I've always used. This is what my mom used. So I'm just keeping up what I know. Your preference, you can do whatever you want. So like I said, I'm going to go and cut the peppers on my own, and then I'll be back with everything else. Bye. Okay, so guys, Mace popped in to say hi. Say hi, Mace. Hi. Say happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. Are you going to eat some food for Thanksgiving? Yeah. You are? Yeah. Are you going to have a little rice? Yeah. All right. So Mace is going to have a little rice. Say bye, guys. Bye, guys. Alright guys, so really quick, let me just show y'all a few things. I'm trying to give y'all every last detail, but I'm also trying to move fast. I'm also trying to get the hell out the kitchen. So anyway, this is how small, you could even go smaller than this, but this is how small you want to cut your peppers. You could also use the cutting board, but that's up to you if you want to wash all the shit after. I'm not doing that, so I'm using a paper plate. Then we got, y'all ready to see this? Because are y'all really ready to see this? Because I could literally fall out behind it. Look how good this jerk chicken is. Do y'all see that? Are y'all getting this? It's not, look how well colored and marinated and seasoned that is. It didn't even go get cooked yet. This is just like, don't you feel like you could almost eat this raw? But don't though, but I'm just saying. So that's what's going on here. I told y'all stuff was marinating from last night. I'm sorry that I didn't give you guys that part of it. But you know, it was a late night. I was tired. It was a mess. So we did everything last night. But that's the outcome of that. Then you want to also check on your potatoes now. And like kind of stab them up a little to see what it's feeling like. You'll know if it's cooked all the way through. If your knife or fork, whatever you're using, is being a little resistant to go through, it's not ready. Do not turn the fire off. Do not serve to anyone. Do not pass go. So I'm semi there, but not all the way. I could still feel like some tough spots. So I'm gonna cover that back down and focus back on my ground beef. I have not put that to fry yet, but I'm about to put that pot on now. Put some oil in there. Throw some garlic in there. And then let it get real hot, and then put my ground beef in there. And then I'll come back for that part. I'll try to bring y'all along the lasagna way, but like I said, I'm moving fast, so don't be mad at me, guys. Alright guys, so like I said, I showed y'all my beautiful jerk wings. I placed them in a glass pan because I don't want it to stick by using an aluminum pan, and it just looks nicer in a glass pan. I left back a little bit of the like juice seasoning and stuff, so when I flip the wings I could add that one there. Right now I'm about to mash my garlic. If you a Zoe, you know what this is, right? This is major key in every female Zoe Haitian girl's kitchen, okay? You have to have, this is called a mush pilon, and you put your garlic in there and you mash it up, and it's 1, 2, 3. So, and if you're not Haitian, you can find this in like any Haitian Caribbean market. Get you one of these major key. So I'm about to do that. Add some oil to this pan, and then put the garlic in there. Then dump the ground beef in there, and let it do what it do. I'll be back. All right, so that's all mashed up. So I'm about to add that into the pan. I'm about to add that into the pan. Guys, it's so much fattening stuff on Thanksgiving that you don't gotta make it so greasy. You got mad seasoning, so much different dishes, so keep it light. So we have the garlic frying in here a little bit. Let the garlic fry a little bit. It doesn't have to be like burnt or get black, but you definitely want it to fry into the oil a little bit, and then before adding in your meat. So I'm gonna let that do that, and I'm gonna check on my potatoes because they should be just about done. Yeah, and once you see the skin starts kind of like, peeling off itself, you know it's ready. So I'm gonna leave this I'll just give it 5 more minutes, and then I will take the potatoes out. And with the potatoes, because this is Troy style potato salad, we're using sweet relish. I don't necessarily love sweet relish, but that's his thing, so I'll do that for him. But for my potato salad, I normally do like butter. Troy calls my potato salad mashed potatoes because I do like butter and peppers and stuff like that. He don't do all that. He's more simple. He does sweet relish and mayo with a little sugar. Yeah.
Can I have a paper in here?
Sure. Hold on. Mason wants some paper to draw. There you go, Mix.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So, what I was saying, I think I was talking about potato salad. So we just put like sweet relish and mayo and a little sugar, and then that's it. I'm gonna now add, oh, I'm tripping, y'all. I'm gonna add my ground beef now to my oil and garlic. And I just add it in like pieces. I don't just dump the whole thing in there. For no particular reason, I just do that. And then you want to put that fire down to like medium low, because you want your ground beef to actually like cook and fry. You don't want nothing to be raw by cooking it too fast, because if you put it on high, then it'll get the color and everything fast, and then you'll think it's cooked and really it's not. So, and then I like to use a spatula when I'm making my ground beef, because I like to keep chopping it up. Now, Troy taught me this, guys, and it's very important when making ground beef. It is very important to constantly chop up your ground beef like over and over and over again, because you want it to be grainy and like very much separated. So that's major key whenever you're making ground beef. Also, you want everything to be cooked, and if it's all mushed together, rest assured that some parts are not going to be cooked, or you're going to have to cook it for too long for it to be cooked. Then another thing that's very important is that you let your ground beef fry, like literally fry, like you're frying chicken in a sense. Not burnt, but you should let it fry, because when you start adding like your peppers and your sauce and stuff like that, that's going to soften up your meat a bit. So you want to make sure that it's well fried, so that way when it softens up, it's not too soft and it's not chewy, if that makes any sense. So you just keep doing this and flipping your meat, because obviously one side is cooking and the other side is still pink, so you want to keep like flipping that around. So I'm going to keep doing that. The whole chicken is still in here cooking, and the jerk wings just got added to that. The goat hasn't gone on yet, which should have gone on first, but I'm backwards today. And so I'm going to keep doing this. You guys may not want to see this. It's kind of boring, but just keep doing this over and over and over and over and over and over. And you'll see when it's separated, and I'll show y'all what I'm talking about once everything's all separated. Okay? Alright, so I'm still mashing it up. I'm just getting my seasoning out. Alright, so I I don't know about everybody else or what's your preference, but for me, when I am making ground beef and spaghetti or lasagna, I like to, as I'm mashing it up or whatever, you know, when you let it sit, it starts to like make its own juices, like the water and stuff from the meat. That's when I like to add in my seasoning, when it's kind of like water in the pot. Not water, but the juices from the ground beef in the pot. Because in my head, I look at it like it'll cook back into the ground beef, because it's not like you're pouring it out. And that's how it'll get flavor. So that's the point where I think that you should start adding in your seasoning. That's how I always do it. Just a little tip from C that you can use. So just keep stabbing that up. I'm going to have Troy come and hold the camera so he could show you guys what it should look like, because I'm not about to lift the hot pot to the camera. So I'll have him do that. And then these are done. Potatoes are done, so I'm turning that off. And I'm about to put that into, I'm about to take it out one at a time and peel off the skin. And I'm going to put that in a glass bowl, a big glass bowl that I have. And then work on that while this is cooking. So I'm going to have to hold. Alright guys, so potatoes are out and like mashed up. Not mashed, but like more like chopped up. I'm going to add mayo and I'm going to add sweet relish. I'm going to add a pinch or more of sugar. And then I have to boil my eggs, but I'll do that like a little after, because more important things need to be done. And then as far as the ground beef goes, that is still frying. But as you can hear that pop, it's gotten to the point where I want it to be. And this is how grainy like it should look from you chopping it up. So that's all fried. So now I'm going to add in, and I already seasoned it with my onion powder, garlic powder. There's garlic in there, paprika, just a few different stuff. And now I'm going to add in my peppers to this mix. I'm going to mix that all up, and I'm going to cover down the pot. You should only leave this for just like about 5 minutes or so. Not too much, because you want your peppers to still have a little crunch, but then you also want them to be cooked down. So add that in. Cover my pot. Turn my fire down to low. And I'm going to focus back on my potato salad. And that's what's going on right now. I'll be back with an update. Bye. Alright y'all, so now that my peppers are all cooked down, my ground beef is nice and choppy and fried. I'm going to add in my sauce, if I can get it open. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to gradually add it in and mix it up. So mix that in. Add some more. And I always get the traditional Prego sauce. I don't get anything with meat or garlic and herbs or anything like that. I always get traditional. I know some people, you know, to each his own, you can get whatever you like. I don't get meat because sometimes, a lot of times when they put meat in products, it's pork, and in my house, we don't eat pork, so we just get traditional. So I'm going to continue to mix that in. It's a good amount of meat, and this is not a big jar of sauce, so you could go ahead and use the whole thing. Now, if you get the bigger one, then you could, like, you know, decipher. And then I just added, like, literally a splash of water just to get all that sauce. And then add that in. So that's that. Mix that up. And then you're gonna cover the pot again and let that sauce warm up into this and cook down into this. And then you're pretty much done. I'm gonna add a little sugar in this once I uncover the pot the next time. I'm gonna add a little sugar. Now I know this whole sugar in ground beef thing is like this big debate. We put sugar in it. I don't know what y'all is doing. Don't knock it till you try it.
Mommy.
Comment down. Hold on one second, Macy, okay? Comment down below if you put sugar in your ground beef. I am very curious to know the percentage of people that put sugar in their spaghetti versus in their ground beef, versus the people that don't. So let me know how y'all make y'all's, okay? I will be back when I'm layering the lasagna. So the potato salad is done. This is what it looks like right now with the mayo and the relish. I'm gonna put that to the side until I boil my my eggs. Sometimes we add like mixed vegetables in here, like peas and corn and carrots and stuff, but I'm not doing that this year because I didn't buy any. So we're just gonna add the egg, and then that's pretty much it for the potato salad. So I'm gonna set that aside, and I am going to focus now on the ground beef. I also have a pot right here full of water so that I can put my lasagna to boil. Now for me, I make lasagna, you know, I've made it a few times in my life. So I know how much noodles I need to boil. I know how much each layer takes. So I could literally count out the amount of noodles I need so that I can, I don't have to waste anything. So I'm gonna do that. I normally do like anywhere from 3 to 4 noodles a layer, and it's only 3 layers. So I'll say like 12 is enough. Sometimes I'll put in like 2, 3 extra because sometimes they rip or whatever the case is. So I have the water boiling. I'm going to wait till the water actually starts to boil before I add in my lasagna. I'm going to put a little oil in the water. Not too much, just a little so nothing sticks. Because that's probably like the worst thing when you forgot to add oil and it sticks together and it starts to rip. Or it's not cooked because they were together. So, and as far as boiling the lasagna, I always like to follow the box. Like if it says 6 minutes done, I follow the instructions on the box as far as the amount of time that it should be boiled, because it's always perfect instead of like freestyling. So I'm gonna do that. In the meantime, between time, the meat is done. I am now going to add some sugar in it, and then let the sugar cook down into the meat, and then it's done. Then it's just boil the noodles and layer it. So I'm gonna clean up the counter to make room for other things, and I'll be back. Okay, so I know I told you guys that I know the amount I'm putting. That depends. I didn't tell you guys that depends on the size of the pan that you're making. So don't think like I said you put four of these every 3 layers and like that's it. It depends on the size of the pan. So for the size that I am making, that's what you would use. That's how much noodles you use. But I'm putting them to boil now, and I'll be back for the layering part. And Mason's calling me. Bye. Okay, so these are the jerk wings. Tell me you guys aren't in love. Tell me you're not in love. Look how good that looks. Oh my god. Alright guys, I'm about to layer the lasagna in this pan, and then that's it. Alright, so now we're up to the part where I'm going to layer my lasagna. So I was just opening my cheeses just so everything's accessible for me. And then I'm gonna open my ricotta. I took out the ricotta since this morning because it's easier to spread around when it's not so cold and it's softer. Okay, why can't I open this? Now, lasagna could get messy. So you should have paper towel on hand and constantly washing your hands. Like, I wash my hands 100 times today. So what I like to do is I like to take a spoon and just mix it up. I like to mix it up. Just so that it's easier to spread on each noodle. The pasta's also done boiling. I had only put that for 8 minutes. And but what I like to do is I like to put the pasta, can y'all see me? I like to put the pasta in cold water after it's done boiling because it's so hot, it's like you can't touch it. So I'm gonna pour some cold water in this because I don't feel like lifting it. And I have my ground beef here on this tray, so it's close to me. So what you do is your first layer is always the meat. And some people are like, what? Or find that like strange, but I'm going to tell you why. The reason that you put your first layer to be meat is because you don't want your noodles to stick to your pan. You will go and cut into that lasagna and that bottom layer will not come up. So you put meat on the first layer, but not too much. Very little. You put a little meat and you just spread that around. And I'm going to show you just how little I'm talking about. Like, it doesn't even need to like cover the pan to the point that you can't see it. You should still be able to see your pan through your meat. It doesn't need, because remember, it's not like a real layer. It's just to prevent your lasagna noodle from not sticking. So it should look like this. You see how you could still see the pan and stuff like that? Very, very light. Next, you're going to put your noodles. And I'm going to turn this fan off because I don't know if it's preventing you guys from hearing me because I can't even hear myself. So these are our noodles. But like I said, I'm going to put some cold water in there because it's really hot. So let me do that and come back. Alright, so I'm back. So this is in cold water. Now don't be afraid as long as your hands is clean. Don't be afraid to get your hands dirty. Okay? You could always wash them. You could always wipe them. So I normally go in with my hand. And I just kind of run my hand through the noodle. Get that excess water out. And then I lay it across. So your noodles, depending on the pan you're using, it'll always be a little bit longer than your pan. Which is fine because you can just cut the tips and throw them out. So because of the size of the pan that I'm using, mine is longer. Which again is fine because I'm just going to cut that off. So like I had told y'all, I measured it and it's always like anywhere from 3 to 4. So this is taking up 3. But I like to boil extra noodles anyway because sometimes they rip and they're not usable because they're so torn up. So here I go, I'm just cutting off that excess noodle with my knife. Because you don't want too much noodles. You want to taste everything else, and less noodle. So, just toss that. After you lay that down, now you're going to add your ricotta. Like I said, you could add a lot or you could add a little. I'm not going to do a lot because I told y'all Troy doesn't really like ricotta that much. So I'm just going to do a nice thin layer of the ricotta. Also, it doesn't need to be full coverage. You should still be able to see the lasagna noodle through the ricotta. It don't need to be like covered. Another option is you could put mix the ricotta into your meat so that it's more undetectable. Because when you think about it, at the end of the day, everything is all getting mixed up. But I just do it this way because I don't know why, just because. Next, and this is why you need paper towel, because next you're going to add your meat. Now you want to add a good hefty layer of ground beef, because you want to taste that flavor. It's the most important part. Keep in mind that you need to have 3 layers of meat, so as much as you want to be generous, you also got to be a little stiff so that it makes all 3. You don't want too much meat, you don't want too little meat. It's just, you know. Alright, so there we go. That's the ricotta and the ground beef layered. And now I'm going to add my cheeses. So I'm going to go in with my mozzarella. So you could like shave cheese yourself, which I do sometimes, but nobody got time for that on Thanksgiving. You're trying to just get the hell out the kitchen. Like, so much. Like, really, the way I love cheese is ridiculous. Did y'all hear Mason? So, just adding my cheese. I'm doing mozzarella and I'm doing cheddar. And it should look like that. And then you keep doing that until you reach your 3rd layer, and then you're done. So I'm going to continue layering, same process, and I'll show you guys how it looks in the end. Okay guys, so I am exhausted. If you can't see it, I'm tired, I'm hot. This is a lot. The lasagna is finished. I did all 3 layers. This is what it's looking like before it goes into the oven. Yum, yum, yum. So I'm going to put that in the oven. Thankfully, my sweet, 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 sweet Troy has agreed to come and do the rice and do the goat so I can go put Mason down for a nap. So I will be back when everything is all said and done. Thanks for watching till I'm back. Love you, Troy. Thanks for helping. Bye. Alright, guys. The time now is, what, 7 or something? 7 p.m. We have officially finished cooking. Everything is out the oven. Rice is done. Goat is done. It's time to feast. But before I show you guys anything, if you like this video, give us a thumbs up. If you love this video, let me know in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe, and also don't forget to subscribe to my family's YouTube page, which is the Maddest Family. And we're gonna get right into showing you the outcome of everything. So we have the yummy lasagna, and then we got our whole chicken here, and then so good, right? Then we got our jerk wings, nice and charred and tasty and spicy. Then over here we got our rice. Yes, coconut milk was added to that, so if you know, you know. And then let me just let y'all in on this rice real quick. Alright, so let's get into this goat. This is curry goat, well spiced up, real spicy, well seasoned. We got our potatoes, our carrots, no fatty pieces in here. Any white you see, that's a potato or that's a bone. We don't do fat around here. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy watching this just as much. Oh my god! And we got our potato salad, y'all. forgot to show y'all the potato salad. I remember I had boiled the egg later, so that's added. Alright, but anyway guys, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoy watching this as much as I enjoy recording it for you guys. If you guys want a more detailed video on how to make anything on the spread, let me know. Comment down below and I will do that. Again, I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful full Thanksgiving. And I hope you're surrounded by love. And I know that you will see this video after. So I hope everything was what you dreamed of for today. And thanks for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.